Hello and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, where in the last episode, we uncovered more crucial details for the reunion and turnabout case, including we discovered that Pearl accidentally broke the sacred urn when she was playing with a ball in Winding Way. We all but confirmed that Miney was in the same car accident that her sister Miney was in. Miney's dead now. And what else did we learn? Oh, we learned that gives her very much motivation to murder Dr. Gray. And we learned that Mia has reasons to protect Morgan. And we also learned that Morgan and Eni both have valid motives to be able to have carried out this murder. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all that you've gone through. That is true, she's been through quite a lot over the past year.
Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you.
Hey, morning, Pearly.
You'll be safe today, Mr. Maya.
Huh? What do you mean?
My mother is coming today to show her support.
Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls.
Yes, Mr. Nick?
Do you think you'd do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too?
Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch.
Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough with it. I mean, I feel like we kind of have a pretty good grasp on what's going on at this point. But yeah, I mean, obviously Mia's presence would help, but at the same time, I thought we moved past the whole relying on channeling Mia's spirit thing.
Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love.
Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls?
Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two to your alone time.
I guess that's gonna be a running gag. Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way. This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Yeah, we're about to, lay down some harsh truths about her mother. Okay. Here we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fay. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world.
All over the world, huh? Sounds like you made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix.
Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who's never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country.
Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma.
Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fay.
It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Oh. Well then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session.
That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct?
Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been.
Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
Alright, let's hear it.
The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point.
What? But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant?
I never said that wasn't the defendant.
You don't have to. Anybody with a pair of eyes can look and see that. Where is it? It's one of these two. This one. That this person right here is not the same as this person right here. All you need is a pair of eyes. That's all you got. Even if you only have one eye, you can still see it. All you need is just one eye. Just one eye. It's all you need to be able to determine that information.
All I am saying is that Maya Fay, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe this is when she dropped the key.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fay, to the stand.
Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. Okay, welcome to the stand, Morgan Fay.
Witness, name and occupation.
My name is Morgan Fay, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Ah!
I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct?
Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is, yes, that is.
You be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct?
Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What?
And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fay, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber.
Order! 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 Miss Fay, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Okay, now it's time for us to shine. Witness testimonies. After we heard the gunshots, those who broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Yeah, you kinda kicked us out of the room almost immediately, so I'm gonna ask you about that. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Okay. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Okay, that's... I'm gonna need to... Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise.
That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't see any outright objections, so all I can really do in this instance is just press everything. Maybe not this, because that's factual. Why were you so eager to get us out of the room? That's my question. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another... Another what, madame? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of the set. Yeah, no. You're not getting off that easy. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Sure thing. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fay. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue. Okay, pistol was hanging from Mr. Maya's hand and she was in a daze. We're just gonna press everything we can. During our investigation, you stated you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. That statement I gave you was a lie. Oh, was it now? But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this, however. Oh, no, friends.
The witness was lying to cover for the defendant.
She was covering for Maya? I'm gonna need to... No. You cut her off. I want to hear her flesh this out. So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes, it was only later than when I was informed of what had occurred, that the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, is he about to get whipped? Yep.
This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what had happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there was always later.
Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach?
Now, witness, continue with what happened.
Thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. Okay. Tell me more. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit that such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There was no way she could have escaped from you so easily.
Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fay.
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called.
But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away?
Well, yes, I would have.
However, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. Okay, sure. And then on to where she went after that. I don't believe that even for a second. Is that because you were unconscious?
Why, yes.
Great, well, now what? Question further. I'll always question further. So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went.
I would think that's obvious, good sir.
If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself.
It's true that the witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness.
What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve, that's what. It looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there was nothing wrong with the witness's testimony. Yeah, there didn't seem to be any contradictions there. I just pressed everything I could, and we got some information, I guess. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fay didn't leave the chamber. I hope this isn't gonna come back to bite us in the butt.
Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Yes, yeah.
Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person.
She went to speak with someone? Who was it?
The prosecution calls Miss Miney.
That makes sense. That actually does make sense. Well, sort of. Okay, I mean, it makes sense that Miney, being the one who was channeled, would go to see her sister. Like, that her sister would be the person she would go to see. But I don't know that you would stick around after that. I don't know. I think you can see where this is headed. Okay, I guess we finally get to cross-examine you.
Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, Miney. I'm, researching, parapsychology stuff at, the, university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see, it's I guess most people call it occult stuff.
Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means.
Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself.
Yes, sir.
Now then, Miss Miney, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fay. Is this correct? Well, then, I guess, if that's the case, let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake. Okay, hopefully we're actually gonna get a contradiction this time.
When the channeling started, I was, sleeping in the side room. A little later, someone came into the room, really suddenly. It was, oh my god, totally my sister. I, hadn't seen her in, so long. I was so, happy in, a sad way. My sister, she, told me something, totally terrible.
Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fay?
Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fay was still in the middle of channeling at that time.
Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of the witness's sister?
Yes, Miney. She was the nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Oh, well this is...
Witness. Yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Do I totally, really have to? Of course.
Miss Miney, please.
My sister, this is what she said to me?
Oh, it's the prologue. It's what she said in the prologue. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it, Amy? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said?
Yes? There, are you satisfied, Your Honor?
Oh, okay, so that explains the prologue speech that we got in the beginning. I still can't believe it. I can't believe that the spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end.
What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. Yeah, but I can still cross-examine her anyway. Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder.
Yet again, this foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drivel. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last.
Okay, cross-examination after the murder. Again, no giving testimonies. The only thing I can think of is to ask more about the interaction with her sister. Are you absolutely sure?
I guess?
You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered?
Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, first off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests.
Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw this mean and Miney?
Yeah, that didn't give us any information. Maybe this will give us more information. You were happy in a sad way?
Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister.
But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again?
But like, maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult, but I like know all about the Korean channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said?
No, question further. Always question further. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter?
No, like there wasn't any reason for me to like think anything was strange.
But okay, how about the fact that her clothes were covered in blood? Did that not tip anything off? Okay, sure, maybe she left the murder weapon at the scene of the crime, but her clothes were covered in blood. So I have a feeling like her clothes covered in blood. Something tells me you would probably see that as just a little bit strange. You know the phrase objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important? If there was blood on her clothing, then yeah, it was definitely important. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got a bluff for now to make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright, Miss Miney, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all in her costume, like totally normal. No it didn't. No, it did not, because
that was a very well-spun lie, Miss Eni.
What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Meanie, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance.
Like, yeah, and?
But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this.
The blood spray.
Miss Meanie, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order, Miss Meanie, what is the meaning of this? Miss Meanie.
I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. And what are you stammering about, Your Honor?
That witness. Her personality did a complete 180. Yeah, she actually looked like she had life in her eyes. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though.
First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony.
If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. Okay. Oh, after the murder part 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm excited.
Like, the side room was kinda dark, you know? So the costume is purple, right? The blood... No! That's not how that works! And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that.
What?
And then, like, I took my sister to the challenge. What? What? What?
And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think? Like, thanks, Gramps.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. Oh, with freaking pleasure. Okay. We'll let the whole, the red blood blend into the purple costume thing go. You persuaded her it wasn't right to do something like that, okay. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi, like at the time?
Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she, like, just shot Gray. But I think, like, she knew. She, like, said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Miss Morgan.
Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you?
Like, yeah.
Uh-huh. Press X to doubt. And then,
like,
okay, why was your sister calm by that time?
like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better, too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better.
She says with her whip ready.
And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know?
May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney?
Like, sure.
Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place?
Something out of place? Huh? Like, what do you mean?
When you... Not when you were in the side room, that would have no bearing on anything. Arrived at the crime scene... Okay, what angle are we driving in here? We're going to the crime scene... What's the... So, obviously, Phoenix is playing an angle here. If he asked... If he went on the way, asked if anything unusual, clearly he has an idea that I just haven't caught on to yet. So what exactly are we getting at here? Oh, you know what it might be? You know what it might be? Okay, so I think what's about to happen here is, first, let's say we're going to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course.
Like, no, nothing strange.
She answered rather quickly. Now what? No, press harder. Definitely press harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something.
I, like, totally can't.
That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. You think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something out on the way to the channeling chamber result, it's very important, because here's why. If she says there was nothing out of place or unusual there, we confirmed yesterday by cracking open Pearl's psych locks that she broke the sacred urn with this ball, and that was her alibi for the time of the murder. They definitely should have seen her on the way back to the channeling chamber. So, if they didn't see her on the way back to the channeling chamber, then they clearly were not where they said they were. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Meany, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony.
Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the
Yes, you did. Yeah, or, sorry, I mean, you didn't, because you obviously would have, like, you didn't see anybody, which means you weren't actually going back to the channeling chamber. But you know who you should have seen? You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible.
Like, what do you mean?
I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay.
Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child?
It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden.
The garden?
Yep, which means anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that? Oh, she temporarily looked like the ghost from it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at that time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing?
Yes, she would have, because there's something she was doing. It's not preposterous and I can prove it. There was something she was doing at the time that definitely should have caught their attention. There's no way someone walking around could not notice Pearl because... This. This urn is my proof.
An old, cracked clay pot. What is that going to prove?
Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it, that's why. She broke the urn? Yo!
Why? Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day?
This urn was broken around the time the channeling started.
Ah.
And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of Winding Way. Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the Winding Way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. Hermione. You are a masterful liar. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth.
About what?
About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course.
The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room?
Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? I mean, we say there's no way, but I don't know how. Your lies end here.
What do you?
The witness says that during the actual murder she was asleep in the side room, and I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. Contradiction? Where's the contradiction? Help me, help me, Mia. I don't know. If it's in her testimony, I didn't catch it. I just didn't catch it if it was in her testimony. I'm really tempted to say help me, Mia, but I don't think there's any evidence, so I guess it's gotta be in what did she say in her testimony that I missed? Earlier in her testimony, Miss Minnie, you made the following statement.
And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber?
Okay. Okay, yeah, I just didn't catch that at all. And because if she was asleep in the side room, how did she know that Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber? Okay. Had I caught that, had I actually picked up on that, I would have realized it was a contradiction, but I just didn't catch that. Like, I didn't remember the statement. It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police.
So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything?
It's very simple. Miss Miney, or Miss Miney, I keep saying Miss Miney, Miss Miney. How did you know that fact?
How?
I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the Winding Way. In fact, that actually might explain, but look at the Manor Guard map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the Winding Way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor, which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? I think I might know. Because remember yesterday, yesterday, when we said that, we noticed that there was a bullet hole in both the folding screen and the box right here? Here's my theory. It could be completely it could be completely wrong, but here's my theory. If there's a bullet hole in the clothing box at the exact same height as the folding screen, then, and we know for a fact that a human being can maybe not comfortably fit, but can fit inside that clothing box, does it stand to reason that the clothing box would have been behind the folding screen, that Eenie Miney would have been hiding inside the clothing box, then, so no one would have seen her, and then when the channeling started, she gets out of the box, knocks out Maya Fay, then kills Dr. Gray. Yes? No? Maybe so? That's my theory, and I'm gonna stick with it. When is the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question.
Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it on the table, Mr. Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah, the only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Miney, so now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? She was in the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, I keep saying that. Miss Miney was here, of course. Well, but that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene?
That's right. Miss Miney was at the crime scene, or at the scene of the crime. Order. That's what you're...
Mr. Phoenix Wright, Have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the channeling, or in the chamber when the channeling started.
Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime.
I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding?
You were hiding behind the folding screen. Here, of course. Behind the folding screen?
Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony.
There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind the folding screen.
See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slimeball.
All of a sudden, you are not acting like Miney. All of a sudden, you're like, you flipped your, Mia was right, you flipped your personality on a dime. No, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying.
Shut it, Grams, as if you know exactly how old I am.
I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst, guess I should help it along. Gee, you're like an all different person behind the full screen with the help of the clothing box. Like I'm not even kidding. You're like a whole different person now, Miss Miney. How are you able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box.
That tiny little box? No person can fit in that.
Au contraire. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproven. Lana disproved you when she was hiding from me.
But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all.
No, because there's a bullet hole in it. There's a bullet hole in it with the exact same height.
That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. The clothing box was there in the side room the whole time.
You look nothing like you. You look nothing like you anymore. I'm not. It's like we're interrogating two different people at this point. It's just like 1 minute you're like,
so like how are you like doing today? And like how am I like doing today? Like,
and now you're twirling your hat around your finger like you're some NBA basketball star.
That clothing box was there in the,
like it doesn't even feel right for me to give you this voice anymore. Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove with a clothing box? Yes, I can, because there are bullet holes in both of them. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime where the murder took place. This, because there's a bullet hole in it too. Take a look at this clothing box.
You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that whole thing.
What on earth?
I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already.
Look, there's a hole, about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have I heard of that before?
The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height.
That's right! I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Order! So what you were saying?
Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Miney?
That is exactly what I am saying. Miss Miney, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fay. To masquerade as Maya Fay? She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client.
No, stop. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. The whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretending to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for all...
Correct, it's not possible for someone to do it all by themselves. Which is why she had a little help from a certain somebody. For one person to do all that preparations, that is.
Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy.
Wait, Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct?
What? You can't be serious.
She's getting mad. She knows we're getting close to the truth. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice, and that accomplice was Morgan Fay! If it wasn't someone from Karain Village, you couldn't have gotten this costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fay household, you wouldn't have that box to use.
Morgan Fay.
Isn't it the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? I don't think she does. I think we got her. Oh, we got her! Oh dear. That was a lot of images that just flashed at the same time. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so that she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray, and... After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room? Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey.
But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through.
Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out.
Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry before there are more victims here.
Well, what is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind the murder. Who is that? Laughing at a time like this?
Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving?
What is it this time? Miss Von Karma? Surely.
Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty?
What in the world?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area.
And that is?
If this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all the...
Oh, you want a motive, do you? Well, fortunately, I happen to have just the thing for you.
What reason would she have to do such foolish things?
Well, that's,
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? What is her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive.
A motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of it... What? You know the reason. You know... What do you mean? We know the reason. It's this. It's the car accident.
Just as I thought. You bored me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright.
Just great. Now even she is calling me by my full name.
You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death?
Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself.
Don't be stupid. No one has proved that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm like, going to explain, so like, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, like, wanted revenge, then, like, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, like, Dr. Gray. It was, like, a total coincidence. He asked me about it, you know?
She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see, yeah!
Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You fail to support your own theory. The end.
I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. Yes, there is. She would become the leader of the village! You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point.
Tisk, tisk. So many thoughts, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place.
What happened? I thought I had her for sure.
See? Like, it's just as I, told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie.
Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Miney. Let me guess, Mia? Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. Alright. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia, yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But you know, regardless, that the girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix, everything happens for a reason. There was a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray, and it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion.
Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason?
Can I? Yes, I can. I am not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. What?
Haha, too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended after all. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side? A Von Karma only cares about the perfect will. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And that will be your undoing.
And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene.
Hey, wait a sec here.
Wow, okay. Talk about a cliffhanger. Wait, music? Music? Okay, well then. We are really cutting it close. We're cutting it really close with this one. This will be very interesting to see how this goes. Alright, well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. Hope to catch you all later today for some more Phoenix Wright Aces for Justice for All. Goodbye.